needed insulation. I mean, your house is, how old is your house?
Fine.
89.
I was going to say, I think it's
1989.
early 90s or maybe late 80s.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you would think with a house that relatively new that you'd probably be okay.
So the bills have been very high here, and you know it's a larger house, larger than where we came from, but the bills were significantly larger. You know, my wife Amy, she had said that you know a lot of people don't go back and go add insulation to bring it up to a higher code, and you know I guess it's not really required code-wise for reselling a house.
Right.
But yeah, so we just kind of made the decision to go. Started seeking quotes.
Well, and how many about companies did you talk to?
So we talked to 4, including you. One of them I didn't really count towards the 3 quotes. They were going to blow fiberglass, but they were just going to. I think they just looked up the square footage of our property and gave us a very low estimate over the phone. Didn't sound like they were going to really do anything except for blow insulation.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I found them on Google, but they didn't sound very professional. Your company was our 3rd company to contact, and then we contacted a 4th just for due diligence, and both of y'all were pretty much the same quote.
Talking about the prep work and the
Mhm.
retaining walls.
Yeah.
And all, and
Exactly. Right.
yeah.
Right.
What about the repairs to the ductwork?
Yeah,
Surely he was going to do that too.
Exactly. It was,
Yeah.
yeah. Whereas, so
Good.
your company and his company were the only 2 companies that were going to even mention
That even
the
mentioned
ductwork.
that.
The reasons why we went with you was because you were considerably more detailed in exactly how you're going to execute all that. Presented us with plenty of options. Glad we went with y'all. I feel like the quality of the job was excellent. It looked great. So we just got our first bill. In 2017, the same billing cycle, it was $130 higher. And so this was a partial billing cycle, so 20, 25 days maybe. It seemed like there were big peaks in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
And this...
That would be like the peak heat of the day.
Yeah, utilization. So the air conditioner would run considerably more during the afternoon, and so you would see these spikes in the time chart. And it was pretty obvious. You know, whenever I went back and looked 2 months before, it was obvious the exact day that insulation was blown in. You know, they just chopped those peaks off, and so yeah, I'd say it matters quite a bit.
Apparently.
Yeah.
You got the OG&A rebate,
Mhm.
right? Did you get that check yet?
Yeah, we did.
Okay,
Yeah,
and then you're going to have the IRS tax credit, which is, I think, was it $400 or $500?
I haven't looked up the IRS tax credit yet.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
I work on houses. I'm not a tax person. I'm just trying to read and interpret their. But if it adds up to $800 or in that range, and then your very first bill is $130 less. If you're $150 or wherever you're at next month, it sounds to me like it's not going to take all that long. How did things go before we talked and got up there? As far as your because I know this is a tri-level and you've got a split system. I know one of the first things that we identified when we came here is that some of the ductwork had some deficiencies.
insulation in the upper attic to make sure and retain everything. So overall, comfort level now versus before, how would you describe that?
Before, it was always obviously warmer upstairs. In the wintertime, we'd use plug-in heaters because it just wasn't warm enough up there.
Sure.
Summertime, you're just dripping. Oh, it's much better.
Yeah. Okay. How about your energy bills? What kind of differences?
They went from about 500, 450 to 250 was my highest one this summer,
Okay.
this month.
Just this month?
And they're usually average in the wintertime like $70, $80 a month.
Wow, okay. And we did yours last summer, so you've had some time to really kind of get comfortable with it and see the differences.
Right.
Awesome. Okay. So overall, are you happy with it?